Smack Talk's gonna be lit!
So who won the event this year? GTRs. All GTRs.
Congratulations, Christine.
Thank you.
That was a wild ride, huh?
Thanks. Yeah. Yeah.
So what happened up top there?
As soon as we crossed the finish line, I think maybe he slammed on his brakes a little too hard, and it just started
Well, because
spinning.
I don't have any safety equipment. You know, no shoes.
He walked out.
The car spun in front of you?
It spun diagonally. It seemed like in front of me,
Wow.
like going this way. Like it was.
Well, so happy you're safe.
Absolutely.
You drove the shit out of this
She
thing.
always does.
As she always does.
Yes.
Always does.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
guys, I'm Tony Palo from T1 Race Development. We're just outside of Dallas, Texas. We're out here at TX2K21. It's packed out here. We've got 2 days of roll racing, 2 days of drag racing. Normally we bring cars out here for the drag race, and a couple of customers will roll race as well. We had a unique situation this year in that we had a customer that wanted to build a roll race specific car. He wanted to win the event. He wanted to take down the big Lamborghinis that win most of the time. So part of the roll race thing is they need to be street cars. They all still have power windows. All of ours have AC, power steering, everything. They're pretty heavy. Billy's car is a little different. It's a little heavier. It's got everything in it. It's got a 16-gallon fuel cell because he wants to go out and cruise in it. His car is a 4.3 liter engine. It's an AMS billet block. Same rotating assembly otherwise. His has 18 ID 2600 injectors on methanol. His has Precision 7685 turbos on it. It's got a custom air-to-water intercooler that we built. That car made 2360 at the wheels at 60 pounds of boost. We saw 72, I think was the most I saw it here. So 25, 2600 comfortably, I think. Christine's car is built to run the 68 millimeter class in the drag racing. There's no turbo limits for the roll racing, but that car does double duty, so it's a little undersized on the turbo side of things, but it's pretty well optimized elsewhere. So that car's got 68 millimeter turbos. It makes just under 2100 horsepower. It's our 3.8 liter engine, aluminum rods, diamond pistons, billet crank, and that car runs on methanol. It has 12 ID 2600 injectors, our mechanical fuel pump setup. One of the things that's unique about that car is it's a little bit lighter than Billy's car, and it has our wing on there, and the wing is pretty neat. It's active aero. We get all the downforce at a pretty low speed without the drag penalty up top. As vehicle speed increases and air pressure increases with downforce, the wing folds flat, which changes the drag coefficient. So it works really well without slowing the car down up top. Every time pictures come up of these big wings, everybody reminds us how much faster we would be if we took the wings off because there's all the drag, but it's hard to say that when the cars are winning races. So we've got Billy Sataris and Christine Dodworth were qualified in the top class. We had Clay and Mitch in the next class down at 201 and 196 mile an hour qualifier, I think. Christine qualified at 217. Billy's car was down a little bit in qualifying. It qualified at 202, which put us first round against number 1, KC, in the yellow Huracan. So we went 225. At the very end, he was counter steering a little bit to keep the car straight, lifted the throttle, the car got loose, and swung to one wall and swung to another wall at 225 miles an hour. Managed to keep it off both walls. Parachute helps straighten it out, and lived to go another day on that one. Christine won her first round. What'd she run? 219 or so, I think, to beat Tag in the R8. She was ahead and threw the chute right at the finish line. And the orange R8 lost control right after the finish line. And since her chute was out, she started slowing down, and he came across, spun out, hit the wall right in front of her. So this roll racing can get a little sketchy. They're going about 1,600 feet, so they're going a few hundred feet past the finish line, which increases the speed and decreases the shutdown area. So it gets a little sketchy up there. I think something that may need to be addressed in future years as the cars get faster because the track's not getting longer. So all in all, nobody was hurt. It was a good day. A couple other GTRs took out some other Lamborghinis, so it ended up an all GTR second round on. We ended that one with the win with Billy's car at 223. So the car that we built specific for the roll race came and dominated. So on the drag side of things, we've got Michael Hurley's car here. This car's been going for a few years. It's got our 4.3 liter engine, 7685s. It also makes 2,600 horsepower or so. He hasn't run a 6 yet. He's gone 7.1 when the car was about 3,900 pounds. We've got it down to about 3,650 now. He ran a 7.1 yesterday on a full pass with it turned down a little bit. And then we cranked it up. He went out and it was on a pass, and he had just had a roll cage put in, and apparently the steering column bolts weren't all the way tight. And so at about 180 miles an hour on the last pass, the steering wheel fell in his lap, and He lifted and everything was okay, but lifted and went 7.1 at 179. So, you know, coulda, woulda, shoulda, but that car's gonna run a 6 pretty soon. We've got George's car out here again at GTR World Cup. We debuted that car as a rear-wheel drive conversion. It's still the GR6 dual clutch transmission. We just took off all the front drive stuff to take a bunch of weight out. So we got a couple 100 pounds out of it. We had some ignition issues at GTR World Cup, so we didn't get to run it to its full potential. It did go a 697 at 207, I think, with it turned down. It wasn't having it when we turned it up. So we got that sorted. We came out here, the first hit, we had a launch issue that was my fault. Second hit, what did we have? We had a crank sensor problem. Third hit, the transmission computer's unhappy and it's shutting us down. So we're gonna try to get a run in here pretty soon. But we did get, without a launch, just rolling into it. It went a 740 at 207. We've got Christine's car out here again. Her personal best coming out here, I think, was a 739. She went a 738 and a 736 so far. She's still in, we'll see where that goes from there, but it's incrementally getting a little faster, but I don't have any more knobs to turn, so I don't know how much quicker it'll go. So another car that we brought out here, Stacy Barnett's car. This guy takes this thing out to these no prep races all the time. Every weekend he's sending me logs. Everything's still okay, everything's still okay, and it just keeps going. We recently converted it to an air-to-water intercooler and switched it over to methanol. So we got a little bit more weight out of it doing that, made a couple 100 more horsepower. It made 2,002 horsepower at the wheels. That's our basic cast block 4.1 liter engine, aluminum rods, billet crank. That car has Precision 6870 turbos on it. Shep Trans, as all these cars are. His best before this last round with the methanol conversion was 743, I believe. So he came out here and went a 728 and then a 725 in this last round at 201. New personal best. We'll see if we can do the same again, but that car's been doing really well. Clay's car is a 100% street car. There's not an ounce of weight taken out of that thing. It makes 1,800 horsepower at the wheels. This is his first event with it, so to come out and go 196 right off the bat, he had a blast. Mitch's car is the little car that races in the 58 millimeter class, and same deal. It's still got all the stuff inside. That car went 201. It's got such a crazy power band. It makes a bunch of torque. Makes about 1550 at the wheels. Runs, he set a new personal best out here this weekend, also ran a 757, I believe it was. So that car's pretty cool.